Hello and welcome to Female Cricket Live. The fourth ODI between India and New Zealand was played today, which New Zealand went on to win by 63 runs. New Zealand lead this five-match ODI series 4-0, and there is one match to go, which will be played on February 24 at the same venue, which is the John Davis Oval in Queenstown. So, what happened today during the match? It was a rain-curtailed affair, and the match was reduced to 20 overs a side. Batting first, New Zealand posted a daunting total of 191 for 5 in 20 overs, and in reply, India were bundled out for 128 in 17.5 overs, losing the match by 63 runs. Amelia Kerr again scored a wonderful half-century, leading New Zealand's batting from the front, and there were major contributions from Amy Satterthwaite, Sophie Devine, and Suzie Bates in the New Zealand's innings. For India, Renuka Singh Thakur was the pick of the bowlers as she picked up 2 for 33 in her 4 overs spell. In reply, India did not get off to the best of starts as they lost their top order in quick succession. India was struggling at 19 for 4 in 4.4 overs before Richa Ghosh and Mithali Raj stitched a 77-run partnership for the fifth wicket to bail India out. Richa Ghosh scored her second ODI half-century, which was also the fastest for any Indian in women's ODI cricket. However, her effort went in vain as she departed scoring 52 runs of 29 balls, and India finally fell short of 63 runs. For New Zealand, Hayley Jensen and Amelia Kerr were good with the ball as they picked up 3 wickets each. So this was what happened during the fourth ODI between India and New Zealand. And to talk more about this, I have with me Sonia Rabir, Preeti Dimri, and Khyati Gulani. And of course, we are joined by Soumya from the bridge. So Sonia Rabir and Preeti Dimri are former India cricketers, and Khyati Gulani is a former Delhi cricketer and a BCCI and Cricket Australia certified coach. And Soumya, who has joined us from Bridge, is a content writer there in the Bridge. So I welcome all of you to Female Cricket Live.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Zoe.
Right. So
Thanks.
Sonia ma'am, your first thoughts, of course, on today's match.
Oh, actually, I must say it was a very entertaining match, to be honest, because the shots which were played by both the team, the way Richa Ghosh played, Amelia Kerr, all those players who have contributed, even though they scored like 30 odd runs or 40, 20 runs, 23 runs, like Susie Bates, Sophie Devine, Amelia, the bulk of the scoring she did, and Mithali and Richa. It was really entertaining to watch, to be honest. Sometimes rain curtail games do give us this kind of an entertaining match. But yeah, definitely would have liked to see more of from Smriti, definitely. But it is, kind of not a right thing to expect from her coming into the fourth match, after so many days of break. But I'm sure she'll be back with runs the next ODI.
So as there was rain in the beginning of the match, do you think that affected the players' mindset going into the ODI match on the ground? Because rain is an upset always. So what do you think, Preeti ma'am?
हाँ, बारिश का थोड़ा-सा माइंडसेट में रहता तो है कि हाँ, बारिश है, विकेट थोड़ा डम रहेगा, थोड़ा गीलेपन से बॉल इतना जंप नहीं होता है, बॉल रुक के आता है। थोड़ा-सा ये चीज़ें तो रहती हैं, बट एंड ऑफ द डे जब हम लोग को एक टारगेट मिलता है किसी भी चीज़ का, बॉलिंग का, फील्डिंग का, तो उसमें परफॉर्मेंस तो करना ही पड़ता है। आई मीन ऑफ कोर्स हर चीज़ के कुछ ना कुछ ब्लॉक्स होते हैं, बट इन लोगों को मतलब परफॉर्म करना चाहिए था। We all expected so highly from them.
Of course, जैसे कि प्रीति ने कहा कि रेन कर्टेल्ड मैच था एंड फाइनली 20 ओवर्स अ साइड गेम हुआ था बट अगेन एज सोनिया मैम सेड इट वाज thoroughly entertaining. We had one of T20 but I think we got another T20 in the New Zealand conditions. All right, so Khyati, today Jhulan Goswami and Harmanpreet Kaur were not a part of the playing 11. Surprised to see them not being a part of this.
See, of course, I was surprised to see that Jhulan not being there as she bowled really well in the last match. But maybe there was some reason because to give her rest, as I said earlier also, that her performance is not going to change even if she takes rest of 2 3 matches, which is because she has a lot of experience in hand now. But yeah, Harmanpreet Kaur, but this was a needed break for her. So maybe while sitting out, she might be, watching the players how they are playing and all that stuff. And she was going through a very bad patch herself. So this break was required. But I saw some interview or article where coach was saying that she's some injured or something, but not very sure about it. But this break was required for sure, and she might come back strong. And Jhulan again, I mean, it is required to see that how the other pacers are really doing, because if God forbidden, if some point in time, if she's get injured or anything happens later in the World Cup, then how these other girls or other pacers are doing, we need to check that as well. So, which is okay. Yeah.
So yeah, as Khyati said, this is like Julian has a lot of burden on her shoulders right now. So do you think going into the World Cup, Shikha Pandey's absence will be a big trouble for the team because everyone else is a young pacer, but they don't have someone as experienced Julian or Shikha on the team. It's just Julian right now. So what do you think about that, Sonia ma'am?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, sorry, I'm really sorry. Yeah,
No, it's okay. Anyone can
Carry on,
say.
Kathy, carry on.
Yeah.
that's fine. You carry on.
See, actually, you know what? Now it is that point of the series, or coming into World Cup. It is better that that we stop focusing on Shikha not being there. That was in the Australia series also, we focus Shikha not playing. According to me, yeah, definitely they will be missing out on an experienced bowler, but at the same time, these are the girls, the medium pacers, Meghna, then Renuka Singh, and for that matter, Pooja. They have been doing well. They are performing well, and these are young pacers. Coming into the team, they have done really well when it came to England or Australia series. Even today, it was not that they were not bowling well, but I must say that the New Zealand batters were really playing some good cricket. So it's not that Meghna Singh, the way she has swung the ball in Australia, she was really brilliant. Even for that matter, today Renuka Singh, the way she was bowling those slower ones, it was really good to see that. So yeah, now is the time that these bowlers will definitely take the responsibility coming into the World Cup, and I'm sure they will have a better outing in the match.
Very true. There's no doubt that maybe services of Shikha Pandey are being missed, but we have to accept the fact that she is not on board for the World Cup, and India will have to play with the other pacers like Meghna Singh, Renuka Singh Thakur, and Jhulan Goswami, Pooja Vastrakar, of course, being there. So प्रीति, अगर आज bowling attack की बात करें तो इंडिया ने 3 पेसर्स खिलाए, पूजा वस्त्रकर, मेघना सिंह और रेणुका सिंह ठाकुर, और 2 स्पिनर्स, स्पेशल स्पिनर्स, स्नेह राणा, राजेश्वरी गायकवाड़ और ऑफ कोर्स दीप्ति शर्मा. तो आपके हिसाब से आज स्पिनर्स का कैसा था बॉलिंग एफर्ट?
राजेश्वरी ठीक थी आज, मतलब उनका बॉलिंग सही था, बट मेघना एंड पूजा एंड दीप्ति बहुत एक्सपेंसिव रहे हैं अकॉर्डिंग टू बॉलिंग इकोनॉमी रेट. मतलब मुझे लगा कि मेघना को शायद बहुत दिन बाद में खेली है, तो थोड़ा-सा अभी एडजस्ट होने में टाइम लगेगा. और आज बारिश भी थी, तो शायद थोड़ा माइंडसेट होता है हर एक प्लेयर का, कोई उस कंडीशन में खेल जाता है और कोई थोड़ा-सा एक ब्लॉक तो रहता है कि पूजा वस्त्रकर ऑफ कोर्स परफ़ॉर्म करना चाहिए था, बिकॉज़ मैचेस खेल रही हैं वो पहले से. तो और रेणुका सिंह ऑफ कोर्स उन्होंने भी अच्छी बॉल करी आज. उनका स्विंग अच्छा हो रहा था, मतलब मैंने कुछ जो मैच देखा, उसमें उनका जो पेस है, उसको थोड़ा-सा कभी बॉल स्लो डाल रहे थे, तो कभी अच्छी स्पीड में इन स्विंग भी हो रहा था. ऑफ कोर्स चेंजेस तो होना इम्पोर्टेंट है, क्योंकि अगर हम बॉलर्स चेंज नहीं करते हैं, तो बाकी के जो प्लेयर्स हैं, उनको चांस नहीं मिलेगा, एंड एक्सपीरियंस ऐसे ही आता है. बट हाँ, अगेन आई एम गोना से कि विनिंग इज़ मोर इम्पोर्टेंट. तो मतलब आप प्लेयर्स भी खिलाएँ और उसके साथ में उनको मेंटली आप बूस्ट अप भी करें कि भई हम आप मतलब मैच भी जीतना है. वो दैट इज़ आवर मेन मोटिव.
So throughout the match, India has been doing some changes, experimenting. So now with Smriti back and Meghna in such a good form, do you think Meghna and Smriti should open for the fifth ODI, a small experiment going into the World Cup?
Shall I?
Kathy, ma'am, you can answer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. So, yeah, definitely. I mean, she has shown very good batting in the last few matches, and she looks pretty, confident also. So, there's no harm doing that because if we see that Shefali is not able to, deliver at the moment, but maybe, I mean, if we change her down, then maybe she can be, more confident and expressive later in the World Cup. But yeah, I mean, as Meghna, who is in the form, who has already been performing on these pitches, and so there's no harm, trying Meghna and Smriti opening for India.
So, Sonia ma'am, one player that has given a lot of trouble to India from the New Zealand side, of course, is Amelia Kerr. Again, a very good half century today, and I'm repeatedly saying that whenever she goes past 50, New Zealand wins. So how do you stop her? Of course, from the Indian perspective, if you can tell.
you know uh, I agree to you that whenever she's scoring 50, but before that, before getting to her 50, she's given, in every match she's given at least one chances. I think we should just hold on to those chances and we can stop her accordingly. But yeah, definitely she is into a great form. The way she's playing, batting, bowling, that's the reason I said that I had read that she had taken a break from her cricketing career, and she's come back so strongly. This kind of a break has really helped her. She looks fearless. Whether she is chasing or whether she's batting first or whatever, in every situation she has looked so confident, and she is playing some fearless cricket. That's what is required, and it's really good to see her bat and bowl and play overall cricket in a very amazing way, because it's just not good for New Zealand, it's good for women's cricket as well, with such performances and consistency. And coming back to India's perspective, I think that's what I said, that we need to hold on to those chances which she does give. It's not that the chances are not there. We have to convert those chances now, because it's like every time we talk about our fielding and next match, we are good. I'm not saying that we are not good, but we are good in few patches. We have to be more consistently good in our fielding department, especially when we are fielding on the boundaries. The boundaries need to be stopped actually, because those are the runs which are getting leaked in at the boundary line. Those boundaries should definitely be stopped.
प्रीति, तो इंडिया ने अभी 4 मैचेस में 2 बार चेस कर चुकी है, 2 बार डिफेंड कर चुकी है, बट जब डिफेंड किया तब उनका कम मार्जिन से हारी है इंडिया। सो आपको क्या लगता है कि इंडिया को मतलब ज़्यादा इंडिया किसमें ज़्यादा कंफर्टेबल लग रही है, ज़्यादा कॉन्फिडेंट लग रही है, चेजिंग की डिफेंडिंग? इंडिया का क्या स्टाइल होना चाहिए, अप्रोच होना चाहिए?
इंडिया का अप्रोच तो मेरे ख्याल से अभी जैसे भी जो फर्दर मैचेस हैं उसमें डिपेंड्स ऑन टॉस, क्योंकि टॉस के बाद में आपको कौन मतलब जो बैटिंग साइड जो भी आपके अपोनेंट्स हैं वो आपको क्या देते हैं, बैटिंग या बॉलिंग। तो मेरा ऐसा मानना है पर्सनली कि दोनों ही चेजिंग और फर्स्ट बैटिंग दोनों ही में उनका मतलब कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत हाई होना चाहिए। ऐसा बिकॉज़ हम इस चीज़ पे तो नहीं रह पाएँगे ना कि कि आपको अगर पहले बैटिंग है तो आप अच्छा कर सकते हैं, आप बाद में प्रेशर नहीं ले सकते। तो और बाकी मतलब वो लोग जिस कंडीशन में आगे मैचेस खेलेंगे, तो उसमें मतलब वो लोग अगर डिसाइड कर लें कि वो लोग किस में ज़्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग हैं। बिकॉज़ चेज़िंग में तो ये मैच देख के तो लगा नहीं कि दे आर स्ट्रॉन्ग इनफ। बट येस, पहले बैटिंग करके अगर वो स्कोर कर सकते हैं और उसके बाद अगर वो मैच जीतने की क्षमता रखते हैं, तो ऐसा भी करके देख लें।
So, Khyati, India, despite losing today, there was one knight in the shining armor, if I may say so, and that was the 18-year-old Richa Ghosh, scoring her second ODI half century and becoming the fastest Indian to score a half century in women's ODI cricket. So, your comments on her batting and how has she come out of age? Because she's just 18 years old, but she is playing with some maturity.
So yeah, I mean, as you rightly said, that she has played fearless cricket today, and that's all we I think we expect from other batters as well, who are like elder to her and more experienced. I would say her age is not a thing to really consider, but yeah, I mean, who are more senior to her, they need to come out and play fearless cricket. So then only we can only win the matches. I mean, if we play with our like where we are comfortable, then definitely, I mean, it's very difficult to win the matches. We need to show some thing which like is out of the box. Then only we can, really win those matches or convert those into wins. And the way she was playing, the way she was, batting, and she played the like sixes. The ground was small, but still, she was looking very, very confident, and even she was laughing also. I mean, during the that batting, and even Mithali was also laughing, like because she was looking very confident today. So that's what we are expecting from other batters also to chip in. And I think she has worked a lot on her batting, but yeah, still, like she needs to, really work on her wicket keeping and fitness as well. Then I think she'll be a very good package for Indian team. Yeah.
Sonia ma'am, like Richa was a big hit, a youngster, but at the same time, Shefali, Yastika, and Pooja, they fell in quick successions. Do you think they should have approached their batting style a bit different?
I think more than approaching your batting style, they were in rush. They know they rushed over the batting because of maybe the score, the scoreboard. You have when you have to chase 190 plus. It definitely does have. They might have had something in their mind that we have to score those quick runs, but in process of doing that, if they would have just taken some time, the way they play, the like Yastika Bhatia, she starts rotating from rotating singles, then she goes behind the bowlers, or for that matter Shefali, on a given day she would have hit that ball anywhere, to be precise. But just not the day, we can say. And I think these are the bouncers which New Zealand have you know purposefully bowled at them, because they are aware, we've seen Shefali and Yastika to getting out to such kind of bouncers. uh, but in that process, they are hitting the bouncer, off stump ke bahar ka ball agar they are trying to hit on the onside. So in spite of that, doing that, hitting against the off stump ball on the onside, if they are just able to convert those bouncers on the side which they are bowled, they can hit that same ball in the on the offside itself. These things they can avoid. And I don't think they just rushed today, but it was kind of an approach which anybody would have in that mind, because the scoreboard was big. So I don't think they would need to change their approach, definitely, because it is not a T20 game. So that's okay. One game, it does happen, because Yastika is playing really very good cricket, apart from a few ODIs.
तो प्रीति, अभी हमारे 4 वनडे हो गए हैं। एक ही वनडे बाकी है और एक वन ऑफ T20 था, वो हो गया। अभी एक फाइनल मैच होगा बिफोर द वर्ल्ड कप। अभी क्या स्ट्रेटेजी होनी चाहिए इंडियन टीम की?
अभी स्ट्रैटेजी के लिए तो देखा जाए कुछ बचा नहीं है हाथ में, फ्रैंकली टू से। तो अभी लास्ट मैच है, तो उसमें अगर प्लेयर्स खुल के खेल लें, बिल्कुल अपने माइंड से जो भी ब्लॉक्स हैं, जो भी, वो सब हटा के खेलें कि नहीं हमें जीतना ही है, या हमें हाथ मतलब कैसे भी। आई बिलीव पर्सनली, जब हाथ में इंसान के कुछ खोने को रहता नहीं है, तो आप फिर अच्छे से खेलो, है ना? जो शॉट मारने हैं आपको, आप हिटर हो, आपको मारना अच्छा लगता है शॉट्स, आप अच्छे शॉट्स को मारो। मतलब जो भी आपको अभी एक्सपेरिमेंट आपको करने हैं, अभी ये लास्ट मैच है उसके लिए, टू डू योर बेस्ट। तो अगर ये कॉन्फिडेंस आपका वर्ल्ड कप में कैरी ऑन होता है, तो इन्हीं लोगों को हेल्प होगा, इंडिया टीम को। अगर ये मैच के उसमें अगर बहुत प्रेशर में रहें कि नहीं ये भी, ये ऐसा करना है, वैसा करना है, हमें जीतना है, हमें ये करना है, उसमें बिल्कुल भी ना रहें, क्योंकि सीरीज तो हम हार ही चुके हैं अगर देखा जाए। तो अभी मेनली है कि खुल के खेलो, ताकि वो चीज़ हम सब के लिए वर्ल्ड कप में बहुत हेल्पफुल होगी।
And Kathy, looking back at the four ODIs, and now this is the last and final ODI, if you were there with the Indian team, what is that one change you would do going into the last ODI?
So, I mean, as Preeti rightly said, that I would have asked them to, express themselves and not putting any pressure on to them. So, and play their fearless cricket. Because going into the, World Cup, it's really important that they should express themselves. Because we cannot put pressure and expect them to, win that match and the last ODI is left. So the important thing is they need to really bounce back and bounce back in a way that they should look confident in that match, in the very first match, because that will be a very important match as it is against Pakistan. So of course, then again, people have a lot of expectations from them. So again, this that pressure will be there. Then going forward to that match, they need to express themselves. And in the terms of team lineup or all those things, I think by now support staff and everybody, like they have the best combinations in mind, because now we can also tell them like what should be the combinations. But it's they are the best judge because they're sitting there with them, and now they by now they can decide and come out with the best 11.
All right. So we are just one ODI away from the upcoming ICC Women's Cricket World Cup that is of course going to be played in New Zealand from 4th of March. But before that, Sonia ma'am, let me ask you that this New Zealand series, so before India went to New Zealand to play this series, there was a lot of hope that this could be a good preparation for the Indian team. Maybe this series could give them confidence, get acclimatized to the New Zealand conditions. But after, facing such defeats, what will be the morale or the confidence going into the World Cup? Has this series been, turned around the other way because we are losing the matches? What do you think will be the confidence now?
I don't think, because everyone has seen that there were a lot of positives from this New Zealand series. The way our batters have performed to certain extent, yes, the way our bowlers have restricted them, uh, and this series they have taken it. The Indian team has taken it as an experimental kind of an experimental series. So before the World Cup, as rightly said by Kathy, now they are actually ready for the World Cup. Getting acclimatized to those conditions, playing on those kind of wickets, or the especially in fielding department, it's kind of, I had seen some aeroplanes passing by. It is very difficult on such uh, conditions to field. More than batting or bowling, it is difficult to field. So I am very sure that I don't think that this series has got the turnaround, but they are definitely, they'll be coming out with lot of positive. We have scored continuously 250, around 250 runs in all the matches. Next match they'll be having Smriti. This will be her second match. Missing Smriti and still getting those 270 odd runs, it was definitely a big positive as far as batting is concerned. I'm sure they will be having those bowling combinations in their mind going into the World Cup for the or the pre-World Cup practice matches as well. This definitely won't be the turnaround series as far as I am concerned. They are this was actually, as rightly had said by the captain and the coach, that the perfect series to get ready for the World Cup. Even though the what you can say, the results are not in our favor, but they are definitely, they have got this perfect preparation, I would say.
Absolutely. I think the Indian team has got a good preparation before the upcoming World Cup. So, Kathy, let me ask you that Richa Ghosh today we saw she was amazing with the bat, but we all know that she was a part of the WBBL, which might have been helpful because some of the shots that we saw, taking that Dil scoop kind of a shot, going behind the
Right.
keeper. So, how do you think are these leagues like WBBL important for Indian players?
Yeah, I mean, these kind of leagues give them a lot of confidence because in these kind of leagues, we see that all the batsmen or all the bowlers, they express themselves. And especially, I mean, not only WBPL, we're looking forward for women's IPL also. So I think that players like Shafali Verma, Harleen, and all, they came out from all those. They are the, I mean, product of these series. And looking forward from more such players. And once these things are in line, definitely we'll see a lot of talent coming out, and we need to give them time. I mean, we cannot really say that that player is good or bad. There is midway also, and we need to work on them. So if we ask ourselves or anybody like have we prepared them well? No, we haven't, because we have not given them enough practice sessions or camps before getting into such a big stage. So it's really, we can't really blame them for everything, but yeah, we need to support them. Like they are going there and still they are facing all the heat, and still they are performing. And they're getting better in every match. So yeah, I mean, fielding is a matter of concern for me here. But as we saw that even Smriti, I mean, the way she took up catch today, it was like amazing. It's commendable. So we can expect a lot of things in the World Cup, because as we have seen, when we are with the teams, when we see the players, like when they are playing the practice matches or trial matches before getting into the tournaments, that they are little light on their feet. And when they get into the actual tournament, we see those players converting in such a big players, and we see a lot of changes in them. Because of course, tournament to tournament, you change yourself, you change your attitude, your game, and your mindset and everything. So we are looking forward for good matches now ahead.
Great, great. So it was again wonderful talking to all of you about the fourth ODI that was played between India and New Zealand today, which New Zealand went on to win by 63 runs. Now, the final ODI, that is the fifth and the final ODI between these two teams, between India and New Zealand, will be played on February 24 at the same venue, John Davis Oval in Queenstown, and all the live action will be seen on Amazon Prime. Okay, but before we let you go, we have a question from Anitha Nayak. She says, S. Meghna played well. Is she should she get a chance in the playing 11? What is your view? Sonia ma'am, if you can take this up.
Yeah, surely. I would have, I wanted to see her today as well, because she has definitely been the pick of the batters for me, because as I said before, that she is similar to what Shefali plays, and she gets an upper hand in my opinion, that she's a better fielder as compared to Shefali, because she'll be compared with Shefali being an opening batter. So definitely I would like to see her playing in the next ODI, if not in the World Cup, but definitely in the next ODI. I would definitely like to see her in playing in the World Cup as well, because she is a compact batsman. She she has implemented herself very well in those New Zealand conditions. She is playing fearless cricket. She is scoring runs. She is doing all what is required for the team. So I think she should be in the playing 11 in the next match, of course.
Of course, and not to forget the fact that S. Meghna is making her international comeback after 5 long years, and she has indeed been impressive in this New Zealand series. All right, so in case if there are no more questions, maybe I'll just I think we do not have any more. Think all right. So again, so sorry, I can't let you go still. We have one more question from, it's from Daniel Kunder. How can India improve their fielding? Kathy, if you could throw some light on this.
Yeah, so as we have seen that they are trying to do their best, and as a fielding coach, I would say that side by side, coach what he can do. I mean, he can give a specific fielding to the specific fielders. That's how it can be done. They need to utilize their best chances side by side only. It can be done, because there are no more days where they can have proper fielding sessions for like long period of time. So side by side, I mean, they can do. And so we need to create specific fielders, like point fielders and closing fielders. Especially, I mean, it's very difficult to go getting into the match on the fourth itself and the sixth itself, and before that it's very less time. But yeah, I mean, they can work, and like we also at times get very less time. So we need to give them extra practice, extra catches. And we need to see, in fact, as a fielding coach, the coach needs to see like who suits which place, and then need to identify those players. If some we have seen that a lot of catches have been, we have lost from point area or other fields. So we need to identify those players or fielders, specific fielders for specific fields. this is the best we can do at the moment.
Absolutely. Having specialist fielders at the specific positions will do a world of good for the Indian team, because we have seen that whenever India drops the catches, those batters they go on to score some big runs. Susie Bates in the first ODI we saw scoring a century, then Amelia Kerr scoring a century in the second ODI after being dropped. So yes, fielding is a concern for India, but let us hope that they are able to do well going into the World Cup, of course. Right. So again, thank you to all of you. Thank you to Sonia ma'am, Preeti and Khyati, and of course Soumya for being with us and talking to us about the fourth ODI between India and New Zealand. So for all the viewers, the fifth and the final ODI between India and New Zealand will be played on February 24 at the John Davis Oval in Queenstown. So do tune in to catch all the live action from Amazon Prime, and the match will start at 3:30 a.m. IST. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.